Higher frequencies hold pure, unfiltered knowledge, truth that exists beyond language, logic, and conditional beliefs. When we raise our resonance, we naturally attune to direct knowledge, or knowing, which is known as gnosis, universal wisdom, and deep energetic insights that transcend ordinary learning. Instead of acquiring knowledge through study alone, we begin to remember what has always been present. At a higher level of awareness, reality is understood as a projection of consciousness, not a fixed structure. The physical world operates as a holographic reflection where each part contains the whole, and everything is interconnected. Time is not linear, but simultaneous, meaning past, present, and future exist at once. Consciousness does not emerge from the brain. It is infinite and fundamental, shaping reality from beyond space and time. The universe mirrors your inner state, and the more you align with higher truth, the more you experience synchronicity and flow. Raising your frequency allows you to remember who you truly are, not just a human with a name and history, but a multidimensional being of consciousness. Awakening is not about learning something new. It's about removing the illusion that obscures your infinite nature. You experience oneness, recognizing that separation is an illusion. You understand that thoughts, emotions, and frequencies shape reality, and by mastering your own vibration, you shift your entire experience. One of the most powerful tools for navigating higher consciousness is a Kabbalistic tree of life. This ancient mystical system is a blueprint of reality and a map for spiritual ascension. The tree of life consists of 10 sephiroths connected by passive energy. Each sephiroth represents a stage of consciousness, a divine attribute, and a step towards enlightenment. The journey through the tree mirrors the process of awakening from the material world, which is Malakut, at the bottom of the tree, to the divine union, Keter, at the top of the tree. Studying the Sephiroth helps align consciousness with universal principles. The path between the Sephiroth represents states of transition, learning, and spiritual challenges that refine the soul. Hebrew letters and sacred symbols like the tree acts as a vibrational key to unlock deeper awareness. Through contemplation of the tree of life, we see how wisdom flows from the higher realms into the material world, and we learn to move back up the tree, returning to divine knowledge and self-realization. At higher frequencies, knowledge is not communicated in words, but in patterns and symbols that resonate with the subconscious mind. Symbols like the flower of life, Metatron's cube, and the tree of life encode the structure of existence. Numbers, ratios, and geometric shapes hold vibrational frequencies that can activate deeper understanding. Ancient languages and scripts such as Hebrew, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphs were designed not just for communication, but for energetic activation. One of the greatest realizations at higher frequency is understand the zero-point energy, the limitless field of potential from which everything emerges. The universe is not made of solid matter, but of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Creation happens not through force, but through resonance. When you align with certain frequencies, reality shifts to match it. Energy moves in cycles, spirals, and flows, always returning to its source, which is infinite and boundless. The Akashic records refer to the energetic field where all knowledge, past, present, and future, is stored. When we align with higher frequencies, we gain access to instant downloads of wisdom, where knowledge arise fully formed rather than being pieced together. Insights feel like remembering rather than learning, as if information was always there. Collective consciousness blends personal and universal knowledge into one field of awareness. At a higher level of resonance, there is a deep reawakening of divine feminine, the energy of intuition, flow, and hidden wisdom. This includes the rediscovery of ancient feminine mysteries, including the teachings of Isis, Mary Magdalene, and Sophia. True wisdom integrates both masculine, the logic, structure, and the feminine, intuition, and fluidity energies. There is a deep connection in womb consciousness, creation energy, and the ability to birth not just life, but ideas, transformation, and new realities. Everything in existence is vibration, and sound is one of the most direct ways to shift consciousness. At higher frequencies, we become aware that mantras, chants, and staccato frequencies can activate DNA and expand consciousness. Certain words and sounds carry energetic imprint and affect consciousness. Music, tones, and harmonics can heal, balance, and align energy fields. If this wisdom already exists at higher levels of consciousness, how do we bring it into our awareness? Silence the mind, meditation, breath work, and stillness allows the mind to tune into a higher frequency. Study ancient wisdoms. Books and texts provide a foundation, but let your intuition guide you beyond words. Work with symbols and numbers, sacred geometry, numerical sequences, and visionary images. Activate deeper understanding. Follow what resonates. If something deeply clicks, there's a reason, so explore it. Contemplate the tree of life. Use it as a roadmap for personal and spiritual evolution. Trust your knowing. True wisdom feels like remembering, not a struggle. The universe is constantly transmitting knowledge, but we can only receive what we are in resonance with. The higher we raise our frequency, the more effortless we access the wisdom encoded in the fabric of reality. Instead of seeking knowledge outside of ourselves, we realize that it has always been within, waiting for us to align. The key is not to force understanding, but to become a match for the wisdom we seek. This is Monica Leslie. Thanks for listening. Peace.